Welcome to day 4 of my New York trip, and this time it is all about BookCon. As you can see, the lines were insane on Saturday. They actually wrapped around the building and across the street. It was crazy. Overall, it took about an hour to get to the front. I was definitely stressed because I wasn't sure if I was going to make my signing time. But luckily, it took an hour in line, and the only thing that really made it better was finding a buddy to talk with. Shout out to Norma from Jersey. But as soon as I got in, I went to the 4th floor to meet up with the other content creators. It was so fun to finally meet Liv from Book Talk. We were sharing a bunch of information about the event to get you guys all prepped, and so that was really cool. Did a bookmark exchange, and then I headed down to the 1st floor so I can get in my signing line. Actually ran into my other TikTok friend, Sam. She was taking a bunch of content, and then I met Jodi Picoult. We had a really great discussion in like the 60 seconds that we got to see each other. I love her books. And went to Indie Alley, met some really cool authors, saw a bunch of bookish fashion everywhere. It was really cool. And then from there, I kind of just bopped around everywhere. I wanted to chat more with the publishing booths, but they were just all up in the ARCs business, so didn't really get to speak to anyone about that. I did win some bookmarks though from the Book Talk booth. They had a lounge and live recording studio. Everyone was super nice. And then I headed over to the LaCroix pop-up, and they were the real MVP. They knew what they were doing with that swag. I got the hat that was embroidered, super cute. And then I headed over to the main stage. There's a bunch of people already sitting by the walls. I feel like they definitely need to have more seating, even if it was just like benches. At some point, they just didn't care about people using the rollers. Then I went to a panel where I saw Meg Cabot, who wrote Princess Diaries. There was a lot of interesting conversations that were going on in this panel. Unfortunately, I had to leave before it was over since there was a pitch session that was coming up, and so I wanted to check that out. The water machines were not working, and a lot of people didn't even know where to find them. So the pitch session was in the Grove, where they had the trinket trading and a book swap. Afterwards, I went back to the 3rd floor to go check out some more vendors. There are some really cool tea stations that were all bookish inspired, as well as some spices. Shout out to foodies who love to read. Her spices smelled so good. There was also these magic potions. Stopped one more time in Indie Alley. So cool saying hi to you guys. I was super exhausted by the time it hit 6 o'clock, and people had started to leave as well. But I picked up one last book in Indie Alley. Shout out to Frank, super cool author. And then I got into my last line for Tia Williams at the end of the night, and then I was done. I didn't even go to the fantasy ball. I'll be making another video on my critiques. Stay tuned.